Okay, please close your eyes, please. I hope you have, of course you must have seen the subject for day. To be alive and to be away from immortality, impossible. To be alive and to be away from immortality is impossible. Because usually our thinking is what? Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. The person who is born, bound to die. Person who is dying shall be born. And here, today we shall see that statement is a relative truth. Meaning, birth and death, beginning and end, are like two sides of a coin. Where? In Chidakasha, consciousness space. As even you're running, you're standing, you're moving, doesn't create the space outside. So also, you're thinking a thought, engaging yourself in a thought, you're thinking, using the thought, not thinking, doesn't create consciousness, Chidakasha. Can you think yourself away from consciousness? Your physical body did not create the space after its birth. Your body was born in space. Therefore, everything that is bodily, physical activity shall continue to happen in space. Space will facilitate the movement of your body, activities of your body. But you can never ever walk away from the space, run away from the space, swim away, fly away. No activity can dismiss the space. Your activity shall begin, your activity shall come to an end. Space, never ending. If you want, you wish, you can close your eyes. Because of the thoughts appearing, consciousness was not created. The moment this body is born, consciousness is there and the body is in consciousness. We have seen it many times. When a child is born, in case the body is handicapped, physically handicapped, physically challenged, it can be lame with one hand, certain organs missing, you don't dispose of the body. In case the child is born blind, no eyes, is born deaf, can't hear, any sense organ dysfunctional, you will not bury the child, you will not dispose it of. Why? Because that body is alive, meaning conscious. It comes with the body. Because of the body, it doesn't come. It is there. The body is born in it. Like space is there, body is born in it. Consciousness is there. Perception, sensation, memories happen in consciousness. Just see the simplicity of this wisdom. Absolute simplicity, immediacy, inescapability of this wisdom. We are always so busy in being active, walking, running, talking, doing everything. But we never discuss space, without which no activity is possible. Whatever you do, you cannot destroy the space. You blast an atom bomb, you blast a hydrogen bomb. A star can be, two stars can collide. The cosmos can be shaken. A cosmic convulsion. Space remains steady. No physical activities happen because of the space. Space doesn't cause any activity. Activities happen in space. The physical body grows, tangible, visible, functions in the tangible, visible, pervasive space. Perceptions, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling. These 5 sense organ activities happen in space. Eyes see, ears hear, tongue taste, nose smells, skin touches. But the moment you perceive, perception, inevitably there is a sensation. Perception, sensation is possible because of the consciousness. You are conscious, you are aware. Perception happens in space. Eyes see some object. But how do you know this perception happens? We know. We are conscious. As you cannot run and run away from space, You cannot see, hear, have a sensation or a corresponding memory and consciousness not being there. Are you getting that point? Ajivin. Your physical body being active, space doesn't get activated. Your thoughts appearing, being formed, coming back again and again, does not activate the consciousness. How much simpler you can make it. I am not making it simple. Existence is simple. Your being conscious is effortless. A lot of effort goes into physical activity. A lot of effort will go into physical activity. What is your effort to create the space? You happen to be in space. For perception, lot of activity is needed. Open your eyes to see. Take your body to the proximity, to nearness, the range of the sound, then your ears can report. Activity required, effort is needed. To taste, effort is needed. See the food, prepare the food, hold the food, place it on your tongue. Once it is placed on your tongue, escape the taste. You are placing the food on the tongue, but you are not creating the consciousness to be aware of the taste. This is absolute conscious activity. Activities do not make you conscious. Opening the eyes doesn't make you conscious. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching doesn't make you conscious. Doesn't create the consciousness. If the perception is happening, sensation is created, thoughts are invoked, impressions created, or thoughts are coming back, it's all because this all happens in the womb of consciousness. And consciousness, chetana, call it awareness. These are words, these are names. The knowing capacity, the knowing power is always there. You may walk, may not walk, but you are knowing that you are sitting down in one place or standing in one place steady, or you are walking, that you are knowing. You can't escape knowing it. Seeing and not seeing is your choice. Walking or not walking, a physical activity or a sense organ activity, seeing or not seeing, listening or not listening, can be your choice. But there is no choice to say, I'm conscious and I'm switching off the consciousness. To convert a simple perception to no perception, just close your eyes. But once you perceive sensation inevitable, impression inevitable. Even by chance you listen, but the sound is not clear, you shall be restless. What did he say? What did he say? Why? Your thoughts are not clear. Why are you restless to say, what did he say? Because you want to be part of the engagement. And that word must be very clear to your ear. And the thought must be clear. You knew you are listening. You knew the sound was created. But you also know that thought is not created. You can never say, listen carefully. I knew means I was aware. You can't say. There is no past tense in consciousness. A thought was there, thought was not there, thought happened, thought will not be there. Consciousness has no past. Knowing capacity has no past. I always know, an eternal presence. You cannot escape it. When people say they find it difficult, I don't know what to say. It's all because by habit we are lost in the activities, but in the field in which the activity is taking place. By habit, we are lost in perception, sensation, impression, but not aware of in which field it is happening. Bhagavan says it, Bhagavad Gita, so beautifully. Matta smruti jnanam apohanam cha. Hey Arjuna, in me, from me, in me, smruti, memories are created. Jnanam, impressions are created, naming and everything. Even if you say that word smruti, in a Vedic sense of the term, Shruti and Smruti, Shruti, all that you listen to, Shravanat, it was revealed to you, which is the original Vedas, the Smruti Granthas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Itihas, that also happened in consciousness. The Upanishads do not create consciousness. The Upanishad Rishis did not create the consciousness, the truth. Like a geography book did not create the earth. The cosmology, the book on cosmology did not create the stars, planets, galaxies and Milky Ways. No book created anything. No person created anything. So in you, in consciousness, because when you say smruti, or you can say smruti, jnanam, any information, impressions and forgetfulness, all happen in consciousness. Consciousness is not forgetfulness. Consciousness is not information or the lack of it. Consciousness is not memory, smruti. Consciousness is not the book revealing as it is, Shruti, the Upanishads, or Smruti, that which follows the Shruti and makes it easier in a vast story form, Ramayana, Itihas. So you don't have to worry about even whether when it was written down. Is it true Krishna was born? Was it true Rama was born? Is it? Why are you fighting whether Krishna born or Rama born? First find out whether you are born. It's a massive distraction for the humanity. One says it is a fact, other says a fiction. One says this is the right, another says this is wrong. Why are you fighting between fact and fiction, right and wrong? First find out yourself, are you authentic? Are you authentic? How can I say you are authentic when every moment you are changing your identity? Who are you? You give me million names, million roles. Now I'm a speaker, I'm a thinker, I'm young, I'm old, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a trans. How long can I talk, sir? How many roles you play? You find. Why are you waiting for me to tell it? Can you just tell yourself who you are in one sentence? One sentence is too long. Do you need to say anything about you for you to exist? Ask yourself. Just because you can't speak, you don't speak, does it mean you are non-existent? Just because you don't think or you can't remember, are you unconscious? Can you say you are not consciousness? How do you know that you can't speak? I know. What do you know? I can't speak. How do you know I don't think? How do you know that? I know what? Thoughts are not coming. Thoughts are not coming, I don't think. Thoughts are coming, I am thinking. But both coming and not coming, where does it happen? You are running, stealing, jumping, I am very active. Sitting down, you are inactive. Activity, inactivity are the two aspects of the physical body. Who is engaging the body into activity? Body cannot walk away by itself. You can't escape that. To be alive, and to say I am not immortal, impossible. I am away from immortality, impossible. I'll give a very simple example. It's all simple. What can I do? The other day, I was talking to somebody. Suddenly this example came. All of you are using camera, taking photographs, right? When you're taking the photo of a tree, can you avoid the space around the tree? When that thought came, I was killed. The camera is an extension of your eyes. What man say? Camera is man's creation. Shut up. What is that man's creation? The metal from which you created it, is it man-made? Material, the lens man-made, the material substance from which it is made, the principles man-made, the play of light and shadow man-made. Nothing is artificial in this universe. Only one thing is artificial intelligence. There is nothing natural about it. Natural intelligence, consciousness. And because of that, everything shall be naturally. Perception will be there, sensation will be there, wow, activity will be there, it may not be there. The person, we in this generation are so proud that we are thinking, you are thinking. Who gave that capacity? How did it come? A man discovered water is hydrogen and oxygen. The water is not a surprise. The flowing water, quenching thirst, sustaining the whole earth is not a surprise. But my discovering water, the hydrogen and oxygen is the biggest achievement of the man. Even if you don't discover it, the water will continue to flow. Water also will continue to quench your thirst. One who discovered it doesn't get extra glass of water. Is there any possibility that you have created that possibility? You exploited a possibility. Even for us to speak, to talk, to see, to hear, to walk, the possibilities are already given in this body. To think. So when you are clicking a photo, I am taking the photo of the lion, only the lion there, the space, the landscape. Is it so? Can you take a photograph of an object, separating it from the landscape in which it is existing? And think of your thought. What is your thought? A photograph. I show you this flower. You see it. The photo of the flower is in your head. A picture. Forget the space around it. As even physical, tangible flower cannot be kept apart from the space in which existing, the photo of the flower and the space around it, that picture is printed in the foundation of consciousness. You can't have a thought and consciousness not being there. This is our scripture. And same thing, rishis, wise people, those who know, they do it. So don't say this wise man is better than the scriptures itself. Everything that scripture has said, whether it is anybody who came in the whole parampara, you keep the lineage going, but you don't create the truth. You ask, no disrespectment. No guru, no wise man created the truth. What is the contribution of Advaita? Somebody one day had asked me, what is contribution of, when I say the names with all devotion, everything, full respect. Because they facilitated this understanding, but they did not create this understanding. Advaita Vedanta was not created by one person. Neither the Dvaita, nor the Vishishta Advaita. Listen carefully. And people will not believe Advaita Vedanta consciousness. Do you know why? Please see. Dvaita, this is again one point came other day, I wrote it down, it was sweet. Dvaita, duality, understand, duality is so natural. You and me, I and the house, my house and the garden, garden and the country, country and the continent, continent and the planet, planets and the planets, stars and the stars, different planet. Duality, different species of animals, Duality is so clear. Everybody will believe in dualism. Dvaita will be easily believed by people because they are experiencing duality every moment. Even if you say Vishishtadvaita, that thinking is what? Amsa Amsi. That something is whole, W-H-O-L-E, and something is a part. Totality and individual. That also people can believe. Chennai is a part of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu part of India. India part of Asia. Asia part of ocean, Earth. Earth is part of the solar system. Solar system part of this galaxy. Galaxy part of this Milky Way. Milky Way is part of this universe or a multiverse. You don't worry about it. So, Samashti and Vyashti, totality and individual, that can be believed. Like my body. Body is the whole. Eyes. Every cell is a part of this body. So Ansa-Ansi Sambandha, the Ishvara and the individual, that type of Ishvara can be understood. That he is different, I am different, that also can be understood. Oneness cannot be understood, because oneness is not visible. Are you getting that point, please? Oneness is not visible. Can you see oneness? Because you see duality, you start inquiring. Oneness is not visible. Because suppose oneness is visible, there shall be no transaction. Everything is consciousness. It's not visible. That is why Shruti, what does he say? Asabdam, asparsham, arasam, agandham, tatha arasham, nityam agandhavachyate. Asabdam, asparsham, arupam, agandham, tatha arasam, nitya agandhavachyate. Anadi, anantam, mahatah, param, dhuvam, nijayatat, mrityumukhat brahmuchyate. It's not a sound to be heard, so ears are useless in perceiving the reality. It's not a touch to be touched, skin is useless. It's not a smell to be smelt, nose is useless. It's not a sight to be seen, eyes are useless. It's not a taste to be tasted, tongue is useless, whole body is useless. So since it is not heard, not seen, not touched, not tasted, not smelled, you can't even think about it. Just like that way which we see is very clear. Eyes are never seen. Don't bring in nonsense, stand in front of a mirror. I understand your high intelligence. Ears can be heard. Can you listen to the ear? Tongue can taste. What is the taste the tongue has got? Skin helps in touching. By itself, touch what? Same way also. So once the perception takes place, thought happens. The thoughts, the ears can't listen to the thought of the sound. The eyes cannot see the thought of the form. The tongue cannot taste the thought of the taste. Nose cannot smell the thought of the smell. Eyes cannot see the thought of the object. But all these thoughts, are you knowing or not knowing? By chance it so happens you forget the thought. Are you knowing that or not knowing? Just like eyes goes away, something wrong and you can't see, maybe in the brain something happens, one part. Still you are conscious. That itself shall show, even if the whole brain goes, it doesn't matter, you shall still be conscious. So don't grab it then. So, all right, we'll remove your brain. Now, why are you to remove my brain? Let brain remove itself. It's like telling, because of your brain you are talking. So because of my body, the whole universe is existing, right? If my brain goes, the consciousness goes, right? So with my body I see the whole universe. Suppose I remove the body, then the whole universe will collapse. Why? Mr. Hero is gone. I mean, some type of a stupid logic. See your own self, please. You cannot photograph an object, the photograph of which the surrounding things will not be photographed. Space will be there. And the moment that picture taking place in the mind, the thought of the object, that's a photograph of the world. So this physical body is a massive, sophisticated camera. As I told you, we have created audio, visual, video, audio, two parts. But physical body, it can record audio, sound, video, sight, taste also, touch also, smell also. Why are you not worshipping yourself? Getting the most sophisticated vehicle, most sophisticated camera. How many gigabyte, terabyte memories you have? How many bytes? But we value my phone, 500 gigabyte, 2 terabyte, 100 million terabyte, so what? This camera falls, you are dead. The cell phone goes, you are gone, finished. Lucky there is no battery discharge. Suppose in your head the battery discharged, Ishvara. But there also battery discharge. Because if you don't eat food, you are weak. Will be there. Anyway, friends, come back to that. The most sophisticated camera. And every thought is a photograph of something or other. In that memory, emotions are created. Emotion is not a photograph. Emotions you create. Everybody creates fresh emotions. You can see somebody's anger. That doesn't make you angry unless you are an idiot. You can see somebody's jealousy. You can see somebody's stupidity. You can see somebody's manipulation. Just by looking at the big wave in the ocean, are you drowned? When a massive cyclone coming, are you flying away? What you see doesn't touch you. But you know also which one to run away from. Spreading fire, run. Two monkeys are fighting under a tree. Shall you run or you say, yeah, very nice. Why? You know where to run away from, where to run to. And who does it? I thought. Understand? When every other thought, sound, taste, touch, smell, sight, every other thought is a picture of the perception, I thought is not a picture of the perception. To say I, your sense of I, comes from a what? See the origin of the sense of I. Do you see, sir? Yes, I see. How do you see? I know. Do you hear? Yes, I hear. How do you hear? I know. Do you taste? Yes, I taste. How do you know? I taste. I know. Do you smell something? Yes, I smell. How do you know? I know. What? I smell. So I know, I know, I know. Knowing, knowing, knowing. That knowing capacity is the foundation. Seeing may or may not happen. Touching may or may not happen. Tasting may or may not happen. Smelling may or may not happen. Thinking may or may not happen. For some people it never happens, even when it is happening. Thoughts come, but using the thought is not just because thought coming doesn't mean you are using the thought. How much money you have got in your house? Don't tell. Because you never use it. How much gold you have got? I don't know. True. But you don't use it. You may not use it, understand. But you know. Your thoughts also like that. Seeing or not seeing may happen, touching, not touching, it can happen. But you can't say knowing and not knowing, being conscious and not being conscious. Can you say that? Can you have a thought and not be conscious? Can you say, I see the object, but my eyes are not there? What type of statement is that? The object do you see? Yes. Your eyes not there. Why? I don't see the eyes. Oh. Do you have the thought of the object? Yes. How do you know? I know. That fellow who says, I know, that I, what is the foundation? I know means knowing is there. For me to say I know, a thought is required. Seeing is there. To say I see, I thought is required. So this I thought, are you getting that point please? This I thought grabs every activity, inactivity at the level of the body. Thought or no thought at the level of the mind. The knowing capacity also it grabs. I know. Why are you proud that I know? Suppose you don't say I know, will you stop knowing? That is why you die. I live, no? So body dies, so I die. You will get it. That is why you are not tired, so stupid. You can't say I live, L-I-V-E, and be away from immortality. You can't say I know and be away from that by which yasmin vijñāte sarvamidam vijñāta bhavati sat, knowing which everything is as well known. Because consciousness as the foundation, inherent and transcendent, in and through everything, yet nothing. So when the thoughts have their root, thought like a picture, have their source in the object, knowing the thought, the source of knowing is in consciousness, which is yourself. Can you ever escape? Just like while taking a photo, you can't escape the surrounding. While having a thought, you can't escape the consciousness. Because remember, the thought is a picture. But can you have the picture of a picture? Can you have a thought of a thought? Why? Because there is another consciousness for which thought has to be a photograph of the other consciousness. Don't you? One and the last. The first and the last. The first principle, last principle. The beginningless, endless. There is nothing away from it, there is nothing away from it, in it, itself is there. That is why this space you can see, take from that example, it's beautiful. The space, outside space is there. But that space doesn't go into your dream space. In the waking space and the waking body, you are experiencing the waking. Listen carefully. You are conscious. Your physical body is tired, goes to sleep. In the sleep, a dream comes out. There's a dream universe. And dream space also is there. Waking space does not act as the dream space. The dream space is there. But the dream is experienced. You are conscious. I was not there, then how do you remember? I had a dream. Who was that talking that? I had a dream. If you are not conscious, your mother told you, right? As usual, everything somebody must tell. Look at yourself. This space doesn't go into the dream space. Dreamless deep sleep. What is your experience? Naham janami, nakinchi janami. Neither I know myself nor I know anything else. Everybody, how did you know? I know. What do you know? I don't know anything. So this I thought, which in the Vyavahara, still I am awake, I saw, I dreamt, I slept, I see, I don't see, I know my thought, I don't know my thought. This I which is owning of what it is knowing, that fellow is asleep. Therefore he says, I am not there. Naham janami, I don't know myself nor I know anything else. But that is known. I is not needed. So these are the three avasthas. Waking state, can it be away from consciousness? Dream state, or inside in your waking also there is a daydreaming, can be away from consciousness? Sleep or deep sleep, or even the lethargy, when you are waking you are just forgetting something, can it be away from consciousness? Can you say, I dreamt and not be conscious? Can you say, I slept and not be conscious? Can you use a thought and not be conscious? That is why in the scriptures everything comes. What all the hundreds of wise people are there, thousands of wise people are there, rishis and rishis and rishis and gurus and gurus and gurus, those are wise, hundreds and thousands of it. But what have they said? Nobody has added to the scripture. Right or wrong, sir? Nobody has added to the scripture. That is why if you see, and you shall say, all these so-called wise people, whatever they are writing, plagiarist. They are picking it from Kathopanishad, Bhagavad Gita, or those Upanishads, or Bhagavad Gita also, whatever is written in Kathopanishad, exactly transplanted. So Vyasa plagiarized everything, right? Understand, friends, that nobody can add to the truth. That if I take name is not nice, that's why I don't want to take name. But if I take name, please understand and don't tell me that I am trying to bring somebody down or putting somebody up. Who am I? In Kathopanishad, what is there? Sarve Vedayat Padamahamnanti. Whatever all the Vedas are talking about, whatever austerity is undertaken to know the reality, desirous of which people become brahmachari, they would withdraw from everything and study. that one word is enough. That's something. Sangrahena pravakshe om iti etat. One word, om. Somebody can say aham iti etat. It will mean the same thing you can give, same meaning you can give. So Smriti Granthas liberally quote, refer to original Shrutis. They no way add to it, or if they don't write, the original is not going to be lost. And if the whole truth is based in one word, one letter, Om, every other thing is an elaboration. Every other thing is an elaboration. You can't add. There is one verse which you know, but let me not quote the person and then only the above verse because I don't want to. Satpratyaya kimnu vihaya santam. Santam vihaya satpratyaya kimnu. What all I am talking about it, suddenly that verse comes back. Not that therefore the verse created the truth. Not because I am speaking, therefore I am creating the truth. Truth is there. I see, you see, anybody sees, you write down. The same thing must have been written down something, somewhere, someplace. Same truth. And absolute. There is no contradiction anywhere. Sat, santam vihaya satpratyaya kimnu. Can there be a pratyaya, a vritti, a thought, sat, existing, thought, santam vihaya, leaving the sat, the existence, leaving the consciousness, can there be a existence of a thought? For anything to exist, that something which is always existing is there. How do you remember? To remember is to abide there. You don't have to do anything else. Not just to remember a thought and the thought creates the truth. No. Remembrance taking place in its presence. That in whose presence the memories are coming back. How do you remember that? Many such sentences are in Upanishad. Vijñātāramare kena vijñāniyāt. Who can ever know the knower? Yat chakshusana pashyati. That which no eyes can see. No ears can hear. Somebody says, asabdam asparsham arupam. Cannot be heard, cannot be seen. Same thing. So beautiful. But a person by himself he reads, you can't get it. Today, one person, gentleman sent a very beautiful poetry, a nice music. One person has said very nice. Writings from Kabirdas, this, that scripture, the scripture, beautiful ideas. He says how you know about yourself and that is the ultimate. The person who sent it to me, he had listened to our classes long back and said, Swamiji, how beautiful. Then I wrote that, I heard that, really beautiful. I wrote, wow, beautiful. But I told him, watch out. It is beautiful. It is beautiful for you because those who know the truth, they shall see the truth in it. By reading that, that person will not know the truth. Once you know the truth, you shall see the truth in everybody's writing. Even if it is false, you know that the falsehood of the falsehood is the truth of it. So you cannot escape seeing truth in any condition. Just like whether it is sunrise or a sunset, mountains or desert, the space is same in the photograph. Oh, I have seen this place. Yeah, of course. In any photo, in a photograph, the subject, the object can be, you might or might not have seen. Background? Kya karega bhai? I don't know. This thought, amazing thoughts. I feel destroyed every second. It's so beautiful to be destroyed. Can you see the photos and see different type of spaces? The background makes it different. An object in object background will be different. In Himalayan mountain, it is in Alps, or it is in the North Pole or South Pole. But the space if you put, it's same. So can there be different types of consciousness in different types of thoughts? Please. In every thought. Therefore, can a thought ever hide the consciousness? It's like telling the object is hiding the space. What to do? The body is hiding the immortality. The living is hiding the immortality. No. Nothing can hide the immortality. To be alive and to say, I am away from immortal, impossible. To run and you say you are running away from space, impossible. Everything happens relatively in the womb of space, in absolute standpoint, immortality. Consciousness, call it Chetana, Sat, ever existing, Chit, awareness, Anandam, absolute bliss, are one and the same. Pain and pleasure can be relative. Consciousness is absolute. Sometimes pain can be pleasure, pleasure can be pain. But Anandam, consciousness is same. Ignorance, knowledge. Presence of a thought, you call it ignorance, it same thing can be a knowledge, same thing can be ignorant also. A thought, previously you say light is travelling in straight line. Now you say it is a wave. So straight line was ignorant and knowledge. And the scriptures which believe that earth is the center of the universe, so the person who revealed it did not know that the earth is such a huge thing. And those who did not believe in it, they must be killed. Why are you destroying anybody? Help them to understand themselves. And it is so simple. If you can't help somebody, don't destroy it. You don't know it, say I don't know it. And because you say you know it, and there will be millions who say don't know it, understand, millions will kill the fellow who knows it. Why? Because that will disturb everybody. One story I shall say, with that we shall finish. Maybe we shall continue this class later on sometimes. Don't try, if you try to show your wisdom, you shall be hit. Because in the world of the wise, in the world of the wise or in the absolute, relative things have a place. But people are lost in the relative things, either this or that. They cannot accept the absolute, so usually the enemy of both. Believers will kill you because you don't subscribe to their belief. Non-believers of course will kill you because they don't believe in anything. So you are killed by everybody. There was a country, village. One day visitors come to that place. And he saw the visitors are, when they come, they are all the people looking at him suspiciously. Everundi, kaun hai ye? Who is that? Because they are all frightened. Then this man said, what is happening? Why are you all so frightened in this place? Why? What is happening to you? Oh, there are Rakshasas, giants around our place. What giants? Then so, to a distant field, there are huge, huge fruits. Melons, watermelon, huge, huge watermelon, Rakshasas. Then he said, what are you talking? That's not Rakshasas, watermelon is a fruit. Give me a knife. They gave him the knife. He goes there, cuts one, and very nice, sweet one, started eating it also. Then brings one, half cut, one half he ate and brought it. Then they saw these fellows. His face is bleeding, because red, red color, and one hand the half of the Rakshas, and he himself he has eaten the Rakshas. Then he said, this fellow is a bigger Rakshas, they killed him. You challenge their faith, you are killed. You go with their faith, they are already automatically killed. That is why, and if you are wise, so what shall I do? Then we shall quote very special thing. Jale jalam, taile talam, taile tailam. Be water with the water, oil in the oil. Then you know what people will say? This fellow is a deceptive fellow. Wherever rain comes, that side is the umbrella. Wisdom can be blasphemous. The wise man, be aware. He should be careful, because you will never know which monkey will kill you. If it doesn't fit into their view, world view, you are a rebel. You are hurting everybody's sentiment. But this person is not telling that he is the only one. He says, you are also the same thing. But he is so much comfortable with his limitation and his little money, little power, little position. He doesn't want to be immortal. He doesn't believe in it. So what do? You tell him, he won't understand. You don't tell him, he will not like it. Because if you don't tell him, he shall think whatever he knows is ultimate. So choose for yourself, sir. Don't tell whatever I say. It's absolute nonsense. Find for yourself. Just see this. Take that statement and work on it. That's why when I was giving that name for the talk, I was laughing. Being alive and away from immortality depends how you read it. Being alive and away from immortality. What topic is it? No, being alive and away from immortality? Impossible. If you understand that statement, work on it. You cannot run away from space. The sound cannot be away from silence. Limitation cannot be away from limitlessness. The same spot where you see limitation, the same spot limitlessness. The same spot that is a dust, the same spot is the universe. The same spot where you are jumping, the same spot you can stand. The same point where there is immortality, the same point immortality. Same point where there is so-called unhappiness, discomfort, same point, absolute bliss, absolute comfort. Choice is yours. Close your eyes. Yes, be, see and be that. Just think of that. Just because I say Om, therefore it is pure, holy. The sound, when you chant it, you remember what it stands for. That's not a sound, that's not a letter. In and through everybody it is existing. See that, friends. Thank you.